put him in a place in the 5th round. Cantona, Scholes, they've got the goal! Wimbledon hang their heads, and Paul Scholes, who scored crucially in the last round against Spurs, has done it for Alex Ferguson again here.
Well, that's surely the game for Manchester United now.
The goal with 2 minutes to go. And Wimbledon full of fighting spirit, but they're going to need that in bundles now. Scholes gives away a free kick. And maybe gives Wimbledon a chance to find a route for recovery here. It comes into the box and Gary Neville gets the header away. Cole trying to chase down Cunningham. Neville's there again. Owen with so much knowledge of how to see out a cup tie. He's played in so many of them, particularly in this competition where Manchester United have been supreme. Pointed the top pocket to say, I don't want any more protesting here. Let's get this game on. And from Manchester United's point of view, over. Wimbledon don't want it to finish.
Schmeichel's trying to push his players out. He doesn't want them from any deeper than that at the moment.
Oh! It's a goal! Robbie Earl! Unbelievable!
Well, I told you, if you get deep in a situation like that, it's problems. Schmeichel tried to push his team out, but they backed off and backed off. And would you believe the man who is deepest when Scholes scores is furthest up the pitch and produces a fine, fine header. He's threatened all match Robbie Earl to get on the end of something. It's a late show, but that's a wonderful header. But look where he was when he headed it. 6.5, 7 yards out. He just get a little bit too deep.
And just when you expect Schmeichel to push it over the bar, and this is no criticism intended, even he couldn't get a strong enough hand to it. It went on into the top of the net. And Wimbledon, with this wonderful fighting spirit, have found an equaliser when it seemed certain that Scholes could put them out of the cup.
That's amazing, this team. Never ceases to amaze you.
And Robbie Earl, who's looked dangerous in a game of relatively few chances, has equalised in the very nick of time. A very dramatic conclusion, and the holders have been held at home when it looked, even with a patchwork side, that they were going to go through with an 88th-minute goal from Paul Scholes. But Wimbledon have shown this competitiveness yet again to earn a second slot at this 4th round tie at Selhurst Park on February the 4th. And before that, they come back here on Wednesday. Scholes with the joy for the home side, and then Robbie Earl rising splendidly in the very nick of time, typical of Wimbledon's tremendous season.
So the champions came to Selhurst Park for the replay.
And it's beyond Holdsworth and it's beyond Robbie Earl, but Earl will rescue it. Leonardson, Pavorsky in on him quickly. It's a good, tenacious start though by this Wimbledon side. Leonardson, Jones free to his right, he's curled it in! And Okoku surely was offside, the flag stayed down.
I'll tell you, Rob, we're in the 2nd minute and they might not get a better chance than that all night. It's an easy header, he's under no pressure, must hit the target, and Joe knows it.
Good work from Gale until the final delivery, but that's a poor clearance from Johnson, straight to Okoku. And Leonardson!
Well, I said you wouldn't get a better chance than the header. That is a better chance than the header, because it's along the ground, it's there to be met. It's pick your spot. I mean, Fanny Koku, look at him, he's pointing Leonardson. He sees it. There's no reason why. He just got a little bit, I don't know whether he tried to hit it with the wrong foot, but this is there just to be hit. Hit the target and you think he must score from that sort of range. That's a glorious opportunity.
And that's not the first time we've seen him doing that tonight.
No.
And the flag stays down this time for Okoku. Holdsworth is in the middle, Leonardson goes to join him.
Holdsworth! That's half a chance. A little bit less on it and it would have really troubled the goalkeeper.
And look who's here tonight. It's really brought out the stars, hasn't it? Mick Jagger from the Rolling Stones. It's Beckham with the shot! Oh, what a great effort from David Beckham.
I've said it once, I've said it twice, I've said it 3 times. They cannot keep backing off so far when people with that quality are loose in front of goal.
Well, Wimbledon know only too well that he's dangerous from any distance, Beckham, but he was getting closer and closer there. Going to take something special to prise open either of these defences. Or is it going to be the faithful reliance on Vinnie Jones and his throw-in? Holdsworth climbing right across the face.
One or two anxious signs. That one got a little bit extra on it. He's head and shoulders above Jonsson, Holdsworth. Thinks he's guided it into the corner. So does Schmeichel for a minute. He drifts wide.
Poborski again, and Pallister came in, and what a fine save that was by Sullivan. Just as though it looked it would be third time lucky from the corner, Sullivan produces a magnificent save. Pallister and Cole charging in. Was that a handball by Perry? No, says the referee.
Thought it hit his chest. It may well have brushed the hand as well. Didn't think it was a penalty, but the save was absolutely magnificent. This is the save of the match. It's pure instinct. The hand goes out. He doesn't know whether he's going to get to it. Wonderful, wonderful reactions from Neil Sullivan from that close in. And not only that, look how far he's pushed it away. But they need to try and get some pressure of their own, Wimbledon. They need to get the ball over the top. Get Manchester United turned and pick up 1 or 2 throw-ins, free kicks, things like that. Just to relieve the pressure for a few moments. Just like that. They'll take a throw in there.
Bit of breathing space for Wimbledon, and then the opportunity to mount something. Jones, the captain. Cunningham. And cross. Gale! Wimbledon have done it! They've soaked up the pressure, broken out and scored! Marcus Gale has got it!
Marcus Gale scores because this is the best cross in the match. And they get 3 against 2 along the 6-yard box. Look at them. 3 against 2 splitting Pallister and Jonsson. Absolutely no chance. Who do you mark if you're a defender? They don't mark anybody. Marcus Gale's got a free header from 6 yards. And like the other chances, you felt if he hits the target with enough power, he must score. Nothing fancy about it. He powers it straight at Schmeichel. But from 6 yards, well, unless it hits the goalkeeper, nothing he can do about it. What a turnaround. As you have 15 minutes of pressure. They break out. Vinnie Jones doesn't toss it in. They work the short throw for once. Cunningham produces a peach of a cross. That's a wonderful cross, Rob. Bends it round. The goalkeeper can't come from it. But look at the gap they've got. Look at the space they've got in between Pallister and Jonsson. Once again, Joe's team get the reward for committing players into the penalty area.
In the 4th minute of injury time, another check on the watch for Graham Poll. Is there time yet for Manchester United to equalise? Pallister really trying to disturb Wimbledon, but failing to do so, and the cup holders are out. Wimbledon have done it. Wimbledon go through to the 5th round thanks to Marcus Gale's goal. And Vinnie Jones, the captain, has led his side to yet another momentous FA Cup triumph.
That win, which again confounded the pundits and delighted.
Are you just a bit pleased?
Oh, to say the least, Baz. You know, we've had 3 unbelievable matches with Manchester United over the last 10 days, I think it is. And we were due one, to be fair. We've got well and truly sorted out in the league. And I was desperate. I changed it around a bit tonight, went a little bit more braver. Rested Leonardson Saturday, so he could be fresh for tonight. Pushed the Cuckoo out wide right and had Gailey and Dino. Dino was very fresh, so I brought him through the middle and went very positive at it and try and put them under serious pressure. And I thought we just shaded it on the night, and what was a marvellous occasion.
It was a fantastic game. I thought Wimbledon deserved the victory. Worked very hard for it. We were just a bit disappointed when they scored the goal. It was our best period of the game. But that's what happens in cup tie football. You lose a goal late in the game or in the period of the second half when it gives them another breather and they get some hope out of it. Because I thought that just at that moment we're starting to get on top.
Current form, you know, the team's still in 3 competitions and we're just, you know, keen to get on with it now.
And you can celebrate your goal for about 10 days. You haven't got a match till then.
Yeah, it'd be nice to go away, but, you know, we haven't got enough time to do that at this place.
But it probably was the most important goal you scored?
Yeah, to date, yeah. I would definitely say it's the most important goal I've scored in my career.
I more or less relive every moment of the game now. It gets you in the end, you know. You find yourself heading them in or knocking them in or knocking them out. But all in all, I just thought there was three great occasions, 3 great chances, you know, to stick it in the net. They don't put it in, I'm sticking it in.
Hello everyone and welcome to the last show of the season. Head of Walsall here at Cherry Red Record Stadium. Apologies for the wind as we started rolling. Big up the wind coming on, so you can't hear us, we do apologise. We just have highlights from our Manchester United and we'll jump into the Mark Scale very shortly as our special guest and guest of honour today. I'm joined to my left by Lauren Allen, welcome, and Reece Fletcher, school of the show now. What we're going to do first of all, we're going to jump into some team news. Test right on the camera there, he's busy working away on something else. It's all time. There we go. In goal there, number 1, Nick Zanev. What looks like a back 4 of Kofi Barmer, Ryan Johnson, Joe.
No,
back 3, sorry.
No, it's a back 4. No Joe Lewis.
I really lost it. Kofi Barmer, Ryan Johnson, Lee Brown, Jack Curry. It's actually in team order, that's embarrassing. Midfield 2 of Jake Reeves and Sir James Ball. And then a front 4 of Ronan Curtis, Omar McGill, Josh Kelly and Aaron Sassu. There we go, got there in the end, deeply apologise for that. Then a bench of Max Fawkes, he stays on the bench, Alex Bass, not in the squad today. Hussein Miller, Harry Bell, Josh Davison, Josh Nerfel, Isaac Bobby there, and John Command Jordan. Looks like a good one today, guys, although once again, the weather is not in our favour. Welcome. It's a pretty good lineup, isn't it? The same every week. But I'm happy to see Sassu and Kelly starting. I think Sassu's going to buy it every time. Kelly obviously I think is first weekend, so hopefully he can find his first goal at foul 8 today. Yeah, really good lineup, options on the bench as well. Positive last bit of the season. It's a shame we're not in the playoffs. However, talking of league success, we are joined by welcome and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Talk us through the season and the fantastic success of winning the league last week. Winning the league early as well.
Yes, we won it early last week. I don't think it's really set in yet. It's still been a bit of a whirlwind. We've had an amazing season, you know. All the players have worked so hard, but I think it goes down to our coaches as well. Our coaches, the volunteers they've not paid. The amount of work that they've put in for us this year on and off the pitch and the hours they put in. A lot of it is credit to them. The things that, like, the way that they prep us week in, week out for the players to live on the pitch has been fantastic. This season it's not just been one team, like a one set team that's got us through it. Every single player at some point in this season has played their part, and I think as a team we've worked really hard. It's something we've been working on for 3 years, so it's finally the hard work for 3 years has now paid off, and hopefully next year we can work even harder, and who knows, maybe go back to back. Don't quote me. It's the same as this season, I think. I think our aim is the same. We go out to win every game. We always want to be that 10% braver. We always want to be the best team in the pitch. And, you know, I think that's something that we've got in our team. We've got a lot of quality. Obviously, we'll have to look to try and bring in some other players. But ultimately, we've got a lot of quality in our team. I think for next year, we'll do the same as this year. Go out, win every game. Not always possible, but that's our aim. I think if we just go out and we do that, then hopefully next year can be successful. That is what we've done this year. We have done something on way, we made it hard, and it's the same at Worthing. Obviously we were 1-0 up, 4 minutes later we've gone 1-1, 1-1 at half time, and then we've gone 2-1 up, and then a couple of minutes later we've gone back to 2-2. So I said it on the bench actually, I said this is typical Wimbledon, this is the Wimbledon way. We made it hard work, but it wouldn't be Wimbledon if we didn't.
Absolutely, and if you look at last year, one difficult
What was it? 2 games left? 1 game left?
Well,
I think you won the game with 2 games left.
Yeah, we won the game with 2 games left.
Yeah. And just, how nice is it now to say that you came from last year? Quite a lot of teams will drop off if they don't get it that 1 year, and you guys have gone back and put in an even stronger performance this year.
Yeah, I think we've done it now for the last two seasons. This season we sat down as a team at the beginning of the season and said this is what we've got to do. Blaney's our stats king, and he came up with all the stats that we needed to do, and the stats that we needed. We knew what we had to do and how many goals we would have to score, how many points we needed, and things like that. And I think we look at last year and it hurt. Last year really, really hurt. Obviously, I think we missed off by a point, and I think that gave the players that were still here last year that were still with us this season. I think that gave us the fight that we needed, and it just gave us that extra push. Norwich, absolute quality side. They pushed us right until the very end, but we've got the quality in our team and we know that we can do it. Thankfully, 2 games to go, we went and done it, so we can now enjoy next week and hopefully have as much people down here at Plough Lane and just enjoy the celebrations with the club and finally some silverware.
I wanted to talk more about playing at the pitch behind you. The attendance has gone up a lot as well. How much does that motivate you as a player to do well?
It's amazing. There's nothing better than playing at your home ground, and we are very, very lucky that we are allowed to play at Plough Lane, and everyone's so welcoming when we come down here. All the backroom staff and the groundsmen, everyone here is so welcoming, and it's just an absolute unreal feeling as a Wimbledon fan and as a Wimbledon player to be able to come and play out on your home pitch. And the support that we get is amazing, and we get good support at Carl Shorten as well. But like I said, there's nothing better than playing at Plough Lane, and to be able to play at Plough Lane next week and be able to lift the trophy here at Plough Lane in front of our supporters, I'm absolutely buzzing for, and hopefully we can get many more people down to come and enjoy.
Yeah, down Sunday 5th of May. Next Sunday, women's team were down here lifting the trophy, which is something the trophy hasn't been lifted here yet. So a debut trophy at Plough Lane. How exciting is that?
Yeah, no, it is. It's going to be a very exciting day, and it's going to be unreal. And we've got the awards tonight with the men's, and then we're going to have our celebrations next week. But it's been a bit of a roller coaster 2 weeks, but it is going to be an unreal feeling to lift the trophy here at Plough Lane and be the first team that have lifted a trophy since we've come home, and just can't wait for it to happen.
Absolutely. Tickets I believe are still on sale. £5 entry, which is fantastic to see a trophy lifted, and it will be a good quality game as well with women's team playing in full confidence. That's this Sunday, a week tomorrow. Come down to Plough Lane and watch the women's team lift the trophy. What we're going to do, we are going to jump into our interview with Marcus Gale earlier today. Hello everyone and welcome to the DonsTV interview. We're joined today by Ronan Curtis, and those who are eagle-eyed will realise we're on the pitch. We've got me and Ronan up. Oh, there we go. A bit of technical difficulties there. 2 interviews at once, but Marcus Gale on the way very shortly. Oh, still technical difficulties. There we go.
Marcus, welcome to Plough Lane.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
This your first time Plough Lane? It's a question that we would ask ourselves.
Officially, yeah. I've been there a couple of times before, pre-season games, but this is the first official one, so I'm delighted to be here.
And your guest of honour today. So
apparently, what does that mean?
Well, it basically means. Well, we were just watching in the museum here. We were just watching the video, weren't we, of the 96-97 season. Mm-hmm. And it's quite actually. Obviously, you were saying off camera that you were supposed to pick up Gary Pallister for that corner.
Yeah, I was. So
you remember?
I made Neil Sullivan a hero that night because he called for a great save. But yeah, I was supposed to be picking him up.
But it must be mad watching that.
Yeah. But it all just brings back great memories. What it meant to play for the club, for the fans, and what we all stood for, the club values and for people, the community. Yeah. It was all united. It was a great period in my life that I can never forget. And as I said, still like to be down here today.
You mentioned some of the old lot there. Are you in touch with them much?
Yeah. There's a wild or crazy WhatsApp group, as you can imagine. That gets pretty lively at times. It just keeps everyone connected, and for me, I've been in the game all my life, and I've never known such a bond with a set of players than it is at Wimbledon. And it's a great bunch to be involved with still, and we're still very much playful. There's nothing. You're not knocking the little sort of immature behaviours out of this group. We're going to be kids for life, it seems.
Some of the antics will take quite a while to get those out of the system. So.
Yeah, it does. It does take a bit of time, but no, we're all in good health.
And today, obviously, the sad loss of Joe in recent weeks. Obviously, big part of that Wimbledon team. What are your thoughts of Joe? When we had Gareth Ainsworth here recently, he said that Joe Kinnear scouted. Did Joe Kinnear, were you aware of
Yeah,
the
I was
interest in
aware
Wimbledon?
because while at Brentford, obviously Brentford took Dean Holsworth in '92, and then Gary Blissett in '93.
Yeah.
And then I was a third band member in '94. So I knew that Joe and Wimbledon were keeping tabs on things. And yeah, I just took another year or so to get here in March '94. But yeah, it was a great period. I think we finished 6th that year.
Yeah.
Lost the last game up to Everton, which is always a topic of discussion.
That famous game, yeah, I remember it very well.
Yeah, I had a good introduction. Yeah, slightly before. Yeah, definitely before his time.
And that makes you feel very old when you do that. Yeah, that game against Everton, they were building the new stand behind the goal.
Yeah.
And you had Everton fans in the trees, believe it or not, trying to see it. Went 2-0 up, and I must admit, I felt very unsafe at that point.
Well,
it was a very toxic atmosphere up there.
The build-up was wild as well, because normally on a Friday we have a young versus old. John Fashionley wouldn't give us the ball for a corner, so everyone had a little bit of a tear up. So the captain is out of the match. So we're going up there thinking, well, we need him, but we haven't got him now because we've injured him in training. And we went up there with full confidence. There was a few antics from the Everton fans as well that night, trying to put our team off. But they probably picked on the worst team to do that to, because that probably inspired us to really get at them. As you said, we was up 2-0. And I think a fingerprint on Anders Limpar, and it was a penalty back then. So they found a way to get back in the game, but we should have won it.
Yeah.
We should have won it, no doubt.
What are your memories you take away from Joe Kinnear? He was always said that, I've heard that he was always said to be the best quarter-free manager in terms of that psyching the team up.
Yeah, he would wind you up. He would tell you little things to get under your skin. He had a little mixture. He'd put his arm around some. He'd have a right shout and a go at some of them as well. But I think his character always came through. I think the players always respected who he was, what he was as a manager. And when he stepped on that training field, everybody went up probably another 10 or 15% because of him.
Yeah.
And that's what he sort of brought to the table. He was always getting people's names wrong anyway, so that weren't nothing new. That was nothing new. But yeah, he was a lovable character. You could have a laugh and joke.
Yeah.
I think back then we was all quite relaxed, but we knew when it was time to work, rest and play. And I think Joe epitomised all of that.
Just looking back at your time at Wimbledon, you joined the club again in sort of in its reformation.
Yeah.
How did that come about, and what was the sort of your conversations?
There was a couple years of phone calls from Ivor.
That's surprising.
So he was bugging me, and I was always like,
Changing
Ivor, when the time's right, I'll definitely come, no problem. But he kept monitoring my time at Watford, where I wasn't in the side, and then it slowly became closer. I went back to Brentford for a second spell, then on to, I think, Aldershot for 1 year, and then it was time to come back in, I think, was it 2007? And yeah, that was probably the most nervous signing ever. The most sort of anxious I've ever been in sort of signing and trying to get my first game under my belt. Yeah, it was probably the most nerve-wracking moment, because I really wanted to come back and not let anyone down.
It's quite a lot of weight on your shoulders, isn't it, to come back after sort of playing in the Premier League with Wimbledon, and to come into a team where you've got such admiration from the fans, and then for a second stage.
Yeah, it was different. You know, when I first came, I was like 23, and in the second stage, I was 35 or 36, something like that. So, as you said, there was a different weight on the shoulders. I felt that, but I was embracing that as well. I knew what it meant for me to come back for the club, for the fans, and for the young team as well. So I knew I had a purpose. I just struggled with injuries in the first few months, which was frustrating. I think my hamstrings weren't in the right, not sort of place, but my feet weren't in the right position, and that was kept pulling my hamstring until I got that adjusted, and then I was able to make my debut after a long last.
So it's interesting, isn't it? Because obviously you left as a forward for Wimbledon and then come back as a centre half.
Yeah, well, jack of all trades. But that move as well, that was probably sparked by Joe. In the 90s, where in training I would probably play at the back at times, and he never said anything direct, but he took mental notes. You could do a job, and he said in one league match he's not going to name a centre half, but if he doesn't name a centre half, am I comfortable in filling that spot? And I told him, I said yeah, and then I think it backfired when we played Leicester in the cup. I think either the cup or the league. And I started the game up front. I was in moulded boots as a forward. You want to put your foot on the ball, innit? And then I think Matt Elliott decided to go from centre half to centre forward. So Joe said, "You get back there and mark him." So I'm like, "All right, I'll get back and mark him." I'm in my moulded boots, as you know. Centre halves don't really wear that. And a left wing cross came in and it missed my head by about not even that. And Matt Elliott scored, and I got hammered by Joe for it. And I remember telling him a few words back, but yeah, he was probably the catalyst of me eventually thinking about moving to the back one day, but I just didn't know when.
It happened when you came back to us.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So now you're club ambassador for Brentford.
Yeah.
How are you enjoying that role? Must be really honoured.
Yeah, it's a good role. I've been in that role just over four years now. Enables me to promote the club, go on tours and stuff like that, tell the club story. It was a bit much like when I first came, the first time I came back here. Remember, fans called me the ambassador as well. I'm like, well, it's not official, is it? But I know what you mean. It's just how the club and how the people perceive you to be and what sort of importance you have within the club. And that's how I took it on board when I was here, so that's what I currently do elsewhere.
I always ask this question. We had Kevin Gage here recently. I was with Sheffield United and VAR. I have to ask you, what is it like? Obviously, not to get any controversial here, but how is it?
We don't
have it down this level, do we?
So it's quite nice. You celebrate a goal and it gets in.
Yeah, at least here, you know, if it's in, it's in. But with VAR, it just delays your natural response to celebrate.
Yeah.
It can wind people up, so it's hit or miss with it. For me, I would just love it to be a bit more transparent with the discussions, instead of it's all hidden away. Just get a thumbs up or thumbs down or whatever it is.
Because you know more if you're at home watching on TV than you actually do if you're at the stadium.
For me, I want it to be a bit more like how rugby do it, where you can hear the discussion, why they come into that point. Yeah, and I think that will help fans deal with it a bit better and accept it a lot more.
So obviously your guest of honour, you're going to be in hospitality as well today. You looking forward to see some old fate?
Yeah. Wow.
Looking forward to see some old fate? You've already bumped into a lot of old faces.
Yeah, there's a few. Yeah, there was one in particular out on that front door. Listen, I'm still recovering. that day at Staines, they had to peel her off me. I was knackered. I couldn't move. I had no more strength left. I couldn't even go upstairs to celebrate. I had to stay downstairs because my legs were gone. But she was just, listen, they had to peel her off. She wouldn't let me go. But I just saw her for the first time in so many years.
Brilliant. Prediction for today?
Big question.
So bold.
Prediction? I want a home win. I want a good performance. Not just for the players, but for the fans as well. You know, it's not going to be playoffs. It doesn't seem this year, but. No. You know, finish the home.
Very close though.
It was close, but you look back at the course of the 46 games and you look back at key moments of if we picked up points here, picked up points there, we would have been a bit closer. So today, I just want a home win for the fans. I want to go 2-1.
2-1.
Brilliant. Look, it's great to see.
I wouldn't worry because I think we're yet to get a prediction right on this show. So
is it?
We're not going to hold you to it. So
what happens if I get it right?
You get the pride of being right.
Right, just the pride. Okay, I'll live with that.
We're either too optimistic or we're just we're more optimistic.
I've had a few 4-0s and a few 5-0s.
Yeah, you get big. That was when Ali was here, of course, and stuff like that. Look, great to see you here. Welcome back. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
There we go. There was our chat there with Marcus Gale earlier. We're also joined by Lauren Allen, goalkeeper for the champions, the women's team. Obviously, as we mentioned earlier, head down this next Sunday, obviously a week tomorrow, to witness them lift the trophy at Plough Lane. Apologies also for any sound issues earlier on in the show. Hopefully they should be all sorted now, and the weather has calmed down, so the wind is not as heavy. Always nice. We're about to actually go down to the pitch and present our DonsTV Player of the Year for the 23-24 season, which is quite exciting. And while we do that, we're going to jump back to the last time out. For the Dons against Tranmere.
time out. Wimbledon have just 1 win in 6. It's that form that's seen their promotion hopes take a hit. Well, it is 35 years since the Hillsborough disaster, a tragedy that still haunts this city. Well, Tranmere with just 1 win in 5 matches. It came last time out at Newport, as they look to finish strongly under Nigel Adkins. But the shot comes in, the first of the afternoon, goes the way of AFC Wimbledon, and it is some way off target in the end. 3-2 at Swindon last time out, 1 win in 6 for them. Their playoff hopes have taken a real hit in recent weeks. Tranmere in behind, that's good defending, behind for a corner to the home side. Tranmere trying to change that now. They're coming forward with Apter. Apter's ball in, and that is a good save by Zanev. Nick Zanev back in the starting lineup. Either side able to get a foothold on the ball at the moment. Saunders is in behind, and Saunders is bearing down on goal, and Saunders opens the scoring. 10 minutes before half-time, and it is O'Connor with the throw. Wimbledon struggling to clear their lines. Apter in behind. Apter makes it 2, right on the stroke of half-time. Rob Apter does it again. Into this one, chasing a playoff place. AFC Wimbledon will be hoping that's still the case come the final day of the season. Here's Kelly, the substitute. Chip towards the far post. Floats harmlessly behind for a goal kick. Underneath it. Wimbledon looking for a route back into this. There's plenty of space in that middle third for them to try and exploit. It's fed through, and Kelly scores. Wimbledon halve the deficit, 11 minutes into the second half. Josh Kelly with his first ever goal in the EFL. He timed his run perfectly, got the right side of the defender, and then found the bottom corner, and Wimbledon are right back in this one. Set up now for a decent second 45 minutes. Ooh, that's a late lunge, and the referee didn't like what he saw there, and he's going to produce a card, and it is a straight red. John Joe O'Toole is shown a red card, and Wimbledon are down to 10. Make their numerical advantage count. They have the advantage on the scoreboard and in terms of numbers. Shot comes in rather weak in the end from Tranmere, just hoping that they can make the ball do the work in the final exchanges of this match. Can they find the goal that will seal the victory? Connor Jennings with a thunderous finish. Surely now it's too big an ask for Wimbledon to get back into this one. Saunders to put the icing on the cake, denied by Zanev. Harvey Saunders had so much time is running out for Johnny Jackson's side. They look tired, and they are stretched, and they're in behind, and that should be for Christian Dennis. Miscued his finish. Balmer with the long throw, flicked on and flicked in. It's surely too little too late for AFC Wimbledon. It's no more than a consolation, but Josh Kelly gets his second of the afternoon, his second goal for Wimbledon. Tranmere appealing for offside. Well, the final whistle goes then. Wimbledon's playoff hopes come to an end with defeat at Prenton Park. It is back-to-back victories for Nigel Adkins. Tranmere finish their home season with a victory. They look to end the campaign on a high. Both of these sides will be in League Two.
Obviously, delighted to finally get the first goal, but don't really mean anything now. We've lost the game and the playoffs have gone. But yeah, it was just give away the 2 goals a bit too easily in the first half, and it was a bit of a mountain to climb after that, and then the red card didn't help. But yeah, happy to get my first goal, but obviously very disappointed how it's finished now.
Understandably disappointed as well, but just take us through the 2.
So the first one, played a great ball through, slipped it down the side, and I could see a little gap at the front post, so I just put my foot through it, and luckily it went through there. And then the second one, Omar's had a great flick and it's landed straight to me at the back post. I need to score more of them, but yeah, happy with them too.
Do you feel the whole experience has kind of made you mentally stronger now, having come through it?
Yeah, you say that. It's happened before, so I know what it's been like. But yeah, obviously it's tough coming and I'm expecting myself to score straight away, and obviously it didn't happen for a while. But yeah, happy that's finally happened.
All the lads have been very supportive, but who in particular has really helped you out, you'd say?
I have to say they all have. No one's really like thrown me under the bus sort of thing. Everyone's been helping, and I've loved it here so far.
And our faint hopes of making the playoffs have been extinguished. What's your initial feelings?
Disappointment, obviously losing the match, knowing that the season as far as getting into them playoffs is done. Obviously we knew it was a long shot coming into today, but we wanted to do our bit, and we didn't manage to do that, and obviously that's disappointing, because sort of that 20-25 minutes probably from their first goal until half time has cost us, where we lost our way. We started the game okay, and not a lot in it really. And we had decent possession, some decent moments, but we give away a really soft first goal, and then we sort of lost our way and was poor in that first period. And asked for the response at half time, which you certainly saw. We got it in the second half. I thought the lads were brilliant in the second half, absolutely magnificent, especially obviously being a man down for most of it, and the way we kept going and put them under pressure. So that aspect of it was good, but obviously that 20-25 minute period has took the game away from us and made it too tough to claw our way back.
Unfortunately, we're sat here talking about another red card decision. You've seen a different angle of it. What's your views on it?
I think it's harsh. JJ, he's not off the ground with his feet. His boots on the ball, not on the man. Very, very quick to get the red card out. That's obviously another one that's cost us, because I felt the Curtis one was harsh on that day. And perhaps that cost us points on that day, and obviously 3 games without him. And today we get the goal. We're back in the game. 2-1. Great response at the start of the second half. We score a great goal, and I'm thinking we're going to get back into it. And it obviously made it much tougher. I mean, to do that with 10, and you leave yourself open to counters and stuff like that. And we kept going. We get another goal, and they're hanging on at the end, but if we'd have had the extra man, I think it would have given us more opportunity.
Yeah, Josh Kelly got a brace. How have you kept him motivated when he hasn't necessarily been getting chances or scoring?
He's just been working hard with him and in training to get him in the right positions and make the right runs. And a great first goal was brilliant. Makes a great run, and that's obviously a lot of the stuff that we do in training. Getting forwards in them areas and making those slide passes, which we can do better, I think. We get in that position quite a lot, and sometimes that final bit lets us down or the cross. But it was a great goal. He took it really well. I'm delighted for Josh, because it's been difficult for him coming in when he did, and obviously having not scored yet. Of course he's going to be thinking about that. So for him to get off the mark today is great, and obviously we're working hard with him, and I think he can be a big player for us next season.
That's what they come for.
I'm the man.
There we go. Highlights from our game against Tranmere, as well as our interview with Marcus Gale earlier today. We're now joined by George Brown. Welcome.
Thank you.
One of our newest recruits.
Yeah, I'm a new recruit. I used to do it back in the day. I'm one of the OGs. I'm like a returning. Yeah. Only on Disney Channel when they used to return. Yeah. I'm like that.
Like Marcus Gale returning.
Yeah. Exactly.
There we go. And Jason Yule, obviously Reece as well. Welcome. Yeah. We've just come off the pitch where we presented Jack Curry with his DonsTV Player of the Year 23-24 award, which is very exciting. We've got an interview with Stuart Deacons down at the ground yesterday.
Okay, we're joined by Jack Curry. Jack, obviously been training down here for what's the last game of the season at home to Walsall. We were just chatting off camera. It's been a long old season.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you sort of look back at everything, games have come thick and fast. I think we've sort of made steps and bounds from last year. Obviously gutted, sort of we're not in the position to push for playoffs, but I think next year with the squad, I think we'll be, more than in a good place to do so.
Obviously, is it the intention to go out with a bang? Obviously, they call them the dead rubbers, don't they? Which are always a horrible one to do there. But I don't think you can ever have it's sold out tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I don't think you can ever really have a dead rubber in front of a sold out crowd.
No, exactly. I mean, look, the crowd this year have been absolutely phenomenal. I think we've hit sort of numbers that we haven't hit in a little while.
Yep.
And we've had games that thankfully have, made that possible. We've given them, a few spectacular moments, and they've given us sort of the energy throughout. And as players and staff and everyone, we're really grateful.
What's it like? So obviously you're a left back, but you get forward quite a lot compared. If you think about your growth this season, I think we had an interview before, didn't we? Your attacking play now is, where you're getting forward. What's it like having this? Obviously, say standing behind you. And what's it like having this support behind you?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's just a wave of noise, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you're running up and down.
Do you get involved in celebrations at all when you?
Yeah, I tried to. I think it was the MK one. I got lost. I got lost there for about a few minutes.
Yeah.
Which is nice, but no, you really feel sort of the energy. I'm fortunate enough to be in, the corner where kind of a lot of the action happens as well. So it's nice to, see, nice to feel, and you're looking at the beautiful pitch as well. So
we've just given an award to Ronan Curtis for goal celebration, our DonsTV goal celebration award. It probably was a dead cert. The second actually was Alex Pearce against Pompey in the Bristol Street Trophies. Nice kick, actually. Did he ever say to you what his idea of that celebration was?
You know what? No, he's just.
Sometimes
he does things that obviously no one has any clues why he's doing that, but he does it, and he's probably one of the, if not the funniest lad in the change room as well. So that's, it just caught us all off guard. Yeah.
Yeah. I was also saying just over 7,000 miles travelling. That's a lot of travelling. Now I know when we caught up with you before, I think you were travelling up to Harrogate, you were doing your studying.
Yeah.
Well, so have you got a load of studying time in on the journeys?
Yeah. So I actually have, to be fair. I mean, a lot of it. So if we're doing like games and stuff, I wouldn't. But I mean, for the majority, I've sort of used it as productive time. You're sitting on coaches for, I think the longest one we've had this year, I think it was Barrow away.
Yeah.
We left at 1, got there at like 8:30. So it was
wow.
Yeah. So it was an absolute schlep, but no, it gives me more than enough time.
It's good use of time as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So from a personal point of view, what have you? What was your aim at the start of the season, and have you hit any personal goals that you had? Did you set yourself personal goals?
Yeah, I think obviously it would have been nice to contribute to a few more goals. I think that's obviously the bottom line of it for me. That was my main, one of the objectives. But I think for me personally, I just wanted to be consistent. Obviously last year I had a bit of a dip towards the end, but it was sort of my duty to kind of stay consistent throughout the year. And really sort of drag the club up, bring it to where it needs to be.
Because also, you look on you now, we be forgiven for thinking you're a senior pro now. You feel like you've been here for ages, but realistically, was that maybe you dropped off the season before? Was that probably because of the season, getting used to the demands of the season and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, look, sort of League Two compared to any league is possibly, arguably one of the most physical. So you're gonna have knocks, you're gonna have this, that, and the other. And I think just sort of getting used to the workload, getting used to Saturday, Tuesday, and the occasional Monday, sort of, Wednesday, whatever. We've had some ridiculous.
We've played every day of the week now, haven't we?
Yeah, we've had some mental ones, but no, I think for me it was just trying to be consistent this year.
So we interviewed Lee Brown after the game that you went off injured, and he made a comment that you're a proper defender now, that you've had the sort of like. How was that? Was that a case you just couldn't breathe in terms of the injury?
Well, I mean, look, that was mental. I sort of fractured my nose. Obviously, you sort of saw some of the pics.
I saw the old things.
Yeah, it's like as soon as I fell down, there was just a tap, just running, and I was like, "Whoa, what have I done here?" I tried to play on. The ref said no, which was a bit annoying. But
did he really?
Yeah, I tried to. But it was like, what they're like with blood on the t-shirt,
the blood shirt and stuff now, isn't it?
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
But,
so we know, obviously we're standing here. Have you got? And I don't stand on the terrace now, so Tom might be able to tell me behind the camera. Do you have your own song yet at all from here? Or if not, if you don't have a song, do you have a song, Tom? Oh, he does have a song.
The Jack Curry song. Yeah.
Is it one? Do you like it?
I really do, except I don't score as as much. So it's saying he's going to score one more than you is a bit. I look at it, I scratch my head a bit, but no, if it's to do with defending, it will probably be more suited. But no, it's obviously a massive privilege.
I always say if you get a song, it knows you're accepted, and that's on the side of it. Any other songs that you find funny? Because we had Paul Cannon-Bye years ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
He had a proper, was it Backstreet Boys or something? Any other songs that tickle you when they're sung at all? Or the players have a bit of a joke about it that they've got?
No, I wouldn't say song-wise. Not one sort of sticks out to me. I mean, there's a couple that make me laugh. I'm not quite sure how the lyrics go. I don't think I can say it on camera. But
there's some. Yeah.
And the alley one with his
Yes. Yeah, that was an interesting one. Wasn't
that one got me quite a few times in the game. Yeah.
Are you watching? By the way, are you watching his games with Addy, obviously in the Ipswich and stuff like that?
Yeah,
it's mad how he's gone into the Championship, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nuts. But he completely deserves it. He's a workhorse. I was obviously at him at the awards with him, sort of a couple months ago. Right. He's great lad, and wish him all the best. I really do.
So finally, before I let you go, what does the summer look for you now? So is it time to get away on holiday? What is it? Wind down? I guess like the old days of where players used to go away for and just eat what they want.
Yeah.
I guess that's not going to be the case for you.
No, I mean, look, I've sort of what I try to do with my pre-seasons is not exactly take extended breaks. I do like once or twice a week, but I enjoy being fit. I enjoy sort of exercising, so I don't think from that front it would change. I think the main thing would be to kind of just get off my feet a bit, chill.
Yep.
Going to Thailand with the girlfriend, so that should it should be really, really fun. But no, it's something to look forward to. But we've got a job to do tomorrow.
Brilliant. Well, look, congratulations on a really good season.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon.
Excellent. Catch you tomorrow.
And there we go. That was Stuart Deacon's chat with Jack Curry yesterday. Obviously, winner of the 23-24 DonsTV Player of the Year. And what a player he's been this year for us. Just down that left side, so important to the way we play.
Yeah, he epitomises what Wimbledon's about, really. The lad, he's come through the academy, he gets it. Even his bad days, he hasn't had many. He still care. He saw how much he cares. He'll fight for everything. He'll fight for every yard. And if he eventually goes in the summer, which I think some of us maybe are prepared for, we wish him well, because he's Wimbledon through and through. He bleeds blue and yellow, and as a left back, I think he's probably the best we've seen at Wimbledon, and really sets a standard for fullbacks coming through at the club to look up to it and go, that's what you want to be able to do, not only defensively, but he's developing his game going forward as well.
Absolutely, Reece, another product of our academy, which we've seen so many of this year, and something the academy really prides himself on. What have you made of with his season? And obviously last season as well. He's had two sort of big seasons as our starting left back.
Yeah, he's been brilliant. He's young and he's playing against experienced players, which have even dropped down into League Two, and he's been brilliant playing against them. He's a workhorse of the club. He gives 110 possession every single game he plays. Absolutely love him to bits. He's a fan favourite, and he's so down to earth as well. When you just talk to him, he's such an amazing lad. As George said, if he does go this summer, then we wish him well. He's been brilliant for the last two seasons. Enjoyed watching him. He's never really had a bad day. So yeah, what a legend, really.
Absolutely. Well, boys, he's still under contract, so I am hopefully seeing him in blue and yellow next year. Well done for dropping your mic there as well. I thought I had to mention that.
Hopefully no one's going to see that.
We're going to jump into the second DonsTV award this year, which is DonsTV Celebration of the Year, and we'll get our interview up with the winner right now. And welcome to another DonsTV interview. We're joined today by Ronan Curtis, and those who are eagle-eyed will realise we're on the pitch in a rather special location for this man here. Ronan, talk us through what happened in this exact spot.
Yeah, obviously it was late on. I think it was one of the last attacks in the game. I've seen Lee obviously higher up than he
bombing
usually,
down the left wing. Yeah.
Normally I've seen that back in the day when we were at Portsmouth, but yeah, I've seen him in that same area, and then he drilled it across, and then I've just got a good clean contact on it, and put it in the far corner.
I think if we go for a walk, where the famous lifting of the ball boy went.
Here's
Reeves now inside the centre circle. Nice bit of control. Moves away towards the far side. Could this be the last hurrah for Wimbledon? As Brown now releases Curry down the left-hand side. Back now to Reeves once again. Stead high and forward. Brown now with the opportunity. Players queuing up in the centre. Oh, and it's a chance for Curtis. It's a goal for Wimbledon! Yes! Yes! It's Ronan Curtis!
forget, especially.
Yeah,
I'm
of
sure
course.
he's a Wimbledon
Like, he was smiling away, looked like he was going to cry, and then just
Probably from
everyone,
fear of 30.
yeah, everyone just bloody like jumping all over us. But it was a special moment, obviously, for the fans, for the lads, obviously, because we knew we owed them one from obviously when they beat us away and the way they were going on the pitch, and so we actually deserved that win, I think.
Talk us through those emotions as you sort of bombed towards the corner flag here. Yeah, if you can remember them, I mean, it was pretty much sort of everyone on everyone.
Just one of them feelings, like as a footballer, you dream of obviously scoring in a derby, a big derby as well, of the history of the clubs. But yeah, don't know what was going through my mind after it. I just ripped my shirt off.
That's quite an iconic photo now as well.
Yeah,
the shirt mid-air. Yeah,
it's a lovely photo. I managed to capture it. But yeah, it was just so surreal. Sort of similar, the celebration to Mansfield, but obviously that was a bigger goal for the supporters and for the club and the players. So yeah, it was a lovely special moment.
You mentioned Mansfield there. You know, you're not short of sort of stoppage time winners for the club.
Yeah.
What do you put that down to? Is it just sort of the club's relentless sort of pressing at the end of the games, at the end of the season, or is it just sort of popping up in the right moment?
Yeah, obviously I was lucky enough to be that person twice, to be in the right area at the right time. That's what I pride myself on: goals and assists. And yeah, like the lads, we all know we fight. We don't just give up. We fight to 95th minute, and that showed this season in a couple of the games, the big games that we played. Obviously Mansfield and MK. So yeah, we just keep fighting, and we always know that we will get a chance and we will take it.
And you mentioned sort of how big that game was and the 94th minute goal against MK. What was sort of spoke to you, or how much were you aware of that before you joined the club?
Yeah, obviously, like I've played in many derbies before for other clubs, but the whole lead up to that week, we knew we owed them one, obviously, from when they beat us away, and the build up was just stay grounded, stay relentless, keep going. Stay nice and compact, and we will get chances, because they will give you chances. And you've seen in the game we had a few chances towards the end of the game with Omar's one. I think it was inside the 6-yard box as well, a couple of minutes before mine's. But yeah, we knew what we had to do and we got the job done.
Absolutely. And just looking a bit more now at your time, we're going to have to take a walk towards the corner flag. Looking at your time at Wimbledon, how have you found sort of South West London? So you trained with us for about 6 weeks, I think, and then so you joined us on a short-term contract. Yeah, what have been your thoughts?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I was obviously behind the scenes. None of the fans or none of the supporters would have known that I was here. I was training with them for 6-7 weeks, but I knew a few of the lads and a few of the staff members, obviously from being at Portsmouth. But credit to Johnny, he's given me a chance to come in and train with the lads when not many managers would let you do that when you've been out for a while from injury. So yeah, it was lovely. And I just settled in really quickly, and it's my time. I know it's been a short time here, but it's been.
You certainly made your impact, because
yeah,
I don't think too many people sign on short-term deals, scored 2 90-plus minute winners, and then have had the impact you've had. So massive congratulations, seasons, massive congratulations for the goal, and there you go. You are the DonsTV Celebration of the Year 23-24 winner.
Lovely, thank you, mate.
Congratulations, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
No worries.
It's lovely, isn't it?
There you go. We've got pace on your mantelpiece.
That's
it.
There you go. That's it. Thank you.
There we go, that was my chat yesterday with Ronan Curtis as we walk through what is arguably one of the best moments of the season, as well as an incredible celebration. The commentary, everything involved was just fantastic. Before those 2 interviews though, we did see our highlights against Tranmere, where Josh Kelly got himself on the score sheet with not one, but 2 goals. The first one I thought was really well taken.
Yeah, it was, more importantly for me, was the build-up play as well. You know, Kelly thrives on that. The movement, if you watch him sort of come from back on offside, curve the run back on and put it away nicely.
I think that's one thing he's not been able to do this year. I've shouted Spike behind the camera because he has been a big advocate for the fact that Josh Kelly does just have to make his own chances, and I think the first time he's really been given one, I mean, that first finish was fantastic. And it's good to see him. Hopefully he'll bring that into him sort of today and then build into next season with that.
Yeah, I think that's the key. We've got to set him up for the right chances. You know, he's not Ali Al-Hamadi. Ali was the best striker in League Two.
Yeah, by far.
Created chances for himself. and Josh just needs a style of play that suits him. And you know, we didn't even play like that, Tram. We put 3 passes together, and it showed how effective it can be. And I think the second one sort of shows that he can be a fox in the box as well when it drops for him. I just hope today he can get one in front of the fans as well. Score 2 now, get one in front of the fans, and then you know he can really have a go at next season.
And one thing as well, which is quite interesting, is learning to play off Omar Bugil as well. Like we've seen it at quite a few games at home. You see he's reading what Omar's going to do, and there's an understanding, because you forget, you know, he joined us at the end of January. They wouldn't have had a pre-season together. They wouldn't, you know, being a strike partnership is quite a big relationship to have, I think. So it's good to see them grow, and hopefully now with Omar signed on, and obviously Josh Kelly with a 2-year deal, a longer term deal. Sorry, they'll build something together, something special, and we can look next year to exciting season.
Yeah, and also you've got to remember Omar was coming back from the World Cup and whatnot. And
There's been a lot of disruption.
Whatever it is. A lot of disruption. You know, they didn't have time to form that partnership. And then Josh was put out on the left, wasn't he? Kelly was put on the left for a few weeks, so it's quite hard. And I think, you know, now as a front two they can really build. You know, I think again figuring out what each other wants. You know, I think we saw that in the first couple of weeks with Ali. Ali gained 10 with Omar. You know, Ali didn't score. They were sort of
ended up father and son duo, didn't they?
Yeah,
it was that self-entitled father and son duo.
But yeah, no, I think Tranmere, we'll put it behind us. There's a Josh Kelly goals, a John Joe tackle which divided the fan base. But yeah, no, I think the first half, as JJ said, was just not good enough. We know that, we can put it behind us, especially when we were going for playoffs at the time. But that happens, you know. We're still learning as a side. You forget how we got quite a few youngsters around.
You looked at last year as well, though, like finishing 21st to now, and the change is so much. And like I think we've been saying, sort of away from camera, just you know, JJ's building his own squad now. You forget he's a young manager. He's building his own squad, and next year, you know, I think we're going to have a real shot at those playoffs and hopefully the automatics. But like I said in the Marcus Gale interview, we very rarely get predictions right on this show, so we might end up, who knows where we're going to end up next season. Just saying, there's a clean sheet graphic there, and we have got 16, and Alex Bassel 16. But talking of goalkeepers, a man that I have kind of a lot of love to in my time with DonsTV. Nick Sandov started against Tranmere. I do think he was quite unlucky against Tranmere. But today starts, I think he's been working really hard, and when he has come in against Coventry in the Cup, he's been really, really strong, and it'd be good to see him get some more minutes in front of hopefully a packed out Plough Lane with CSL out today. Sorry to keep talking, but the women's team are doing their lap of honour. As we had Lauren Allen earlier, they were crowned champions and will be lifting that trophy next week at Plough Lane. How fantastic is it? A Wimbledon team's won a trophy.
Yeah, I was going to say we don't do that very often. No. And you know, especially considering I think they're up against it, maybe not one of the biggest budgets in the league for their level. So you know, obviously it's great that we are one club at Wimbledon. So we're buzzing for them, and it's good that they get a moment in front of the full house. I think, not to try and get a plug wrong or anything, but they have a game here.
Next week, next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Yeah, you lift the trophy.
We're lifting the trophy.
Yeah,
so if you're around, get along down to Plough Lane.
Yeah, £5 entry. Bargain. What a way to spend a Sunday as well. Down at the lane, there you go.
Lovely to hear the song Championes.
First time probably sung at Plough Lane, so it's nice. A well-deserved reception for the women's team because it's been a fantastic season for them.
In 65 days, you'll hear it here for the men's team when we are crowned champions of League Two.
When the away team win the league, no, I'm joking. When we win the league and make it a Dons double in 2 years for the men and women's team.
But, sorry, just go back to Alex Bass, I think.
Yes.
I know he's not here today, you're not playing today, but he's had such a great season for us. Whatever happens,
best keeper in the division, I think.
Yeah, whatever happens, you know, as a loanee, the way he's come in, commanded his defence from day one. You know,
never fall in love with a loanee.
Yeah, never fall in love with a lone player. But you know, he's not really your typical Bezo goalkeeper in terms of loud. You know, doesn't really celebrate after a save, but he's very much like he's pivotal to our defence.
Actually, we had the pleasure of interviewing as well a couple of times on DonsTV, and he's so laid back and so relaxed, but he just comes across as someone who works hard though as well. You see him out warming up before the game, and a real sort of true professional, which is great. What we'll do though, talking of team news, we'll jump back into that just ahead of kick-off as We Are the Champions plays out across Plough Lane. We'll jump into some team news quickly. Oh, actually, no, let's watch the women lap of honour. I didn't see that on screen.
Aaron Sassu starting today.
Absolutely.
Which is one of his first starts in a while.
I think Wrexham was the last one. I want to say, and he did quite well actually.
I think Sass is one of those. I think we're figuring out he's a bit of a confidence player. So I thought he did quite well last week. You know, especially when he gets the ball down one-on-one, he can be really dangerous running out his man. So I hope today he's allowed to do that, given some freedom. He's obviously got to do the defensive side of the game, which you know he's been behind Josh Neufeld, who's really good defensively. You know, gets back in shape, does the work. So he's got to do both sides of the ball. But you know, I'd love him to get a goal. You know, it sounds like everyone wants it. Obviously, I'd rather.
We're at 11-0.
Yeah, we're 11-0. Everyone gets a goal. But you know, I'd love him to get a goal and really stamp down on the mark, because I think he'll be really important to us next year. You know, it's been his first year, it's been up and down, in and out the squad, working really hard. So if he can go away and have a good summer, especially on the back of a good performance.
He's a real live wire as well. When you see him, like, against Wrexham, I watched him, I was really impressed. And quite a second string side as well. I think we had quite a few players playing out of position, a lot of injuries and players away, suspended. So yeah, exciting. There you go. Women's team are sort of 3/4 of the way around, celebrating to raptures of applause, which is always nice to see. As you mentioned, we are one club here at Wimbledon.
And then obviously James Ball starting midfield. Your Tom's love
my
child,
hero.
Tom's love child, James Ball, who I believe he has a shirt now of James Ball,
I do.
which is not meant to be kept under wraps, so not officially, unofficially, allegedly. We'll go allegedly.
There'll be pictures going around, don't you worry.
But
what a man.
he's him back. He's been a bit unlucky this season. Not unlucky.
Do you know what? I do think he's come into a time we've just got 2 quality midfielders ahead of him. I think if we played a midfield 3, leaves us short on the bench. Obviously, Morgan Williams out injured, but I do think when he's come in, he's been good. Played up front against Wrexham after that game with Aaron Sassu. And you know what? I didn't think he looked too out of place. I thought he looked alright, especially for someone who just a round of applause to the women's team as they walk around here.
But yeah, I think Paul is really good at, ironically.
As drops his mic yet again, George, mid-clap. He was clapping too aggressively for that. We'll get you a spare mic, here you go. There we go. As the women's team complete their lap in front of the West Stand, to absolute masses of applause to a very, very packed out West Stand, which is nice.
It's great to see the appreciation. You know, the women's game's really grown since. Sorry, am I on?
You work? Yeah.
Sorry, the women's game's really grown since the Lionesses' success a few years ago. So you know, it's great to see consistency. It's great to have a successful West Side. You know, we are one club in the day. So to have get them over the front of a pack of LA is really important. Yeah, so we're trying to get these definitely difficult. So we're trying to get through as I can.
Working again. Right, as the women's team finish their lap and go down the tunnel, we'll jump into some team news, as we've been speaking about, but we'll go through that starting 11 again. There we go, Nick Tanov in goal, a back 4 of Kofi Barmer, Ryan Johnson, Lee Brown and Jack Curry, a midfield 2 of Jake Reeves as skipper with Sir James Ball next to him, and then a front 4 of Ronan Curtis, Omar Bugil, Aaron Sassu and Josh Kelly is my assumption because there's a bar over it, but I imagine he's starting from earlier. And then a bench of Max Fulks, obviously his second time being in the squad, good for him. Hussein Biled, Harry Pell, who will get his 500th league appearance today, should he get on, hopefully he does. Josh Davison, Josh Nerfill, Isaac Ogundere and John Kimani Gordon. One thing that has really stood out this season is how many Joshes we have.
Yeah.
Because it must be really confusing.
We've even got Hallard as well.
Josh Hallard, yeah.
I know, I imagine he's around the training group, but he's not.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Down alone at the moment.
Yeah, see Josh Kelly, Josh Davison, Josh Nerfill, a lot of J's as well, but there we go.
What do we think the score's going to be tonight?
Well, Walsall need, It's just you can get too fair say when you get half right.
It's not dead rubber.
No, it's the thing. Walsall need to win. However, we do love beating teams that need to win, and usually love losing when we need to win.
It'd be great to summer with a win as well.
Yeah, it'd be nice to sort of end the season sort of in front of. And it's always nice having the last home game of the year. I'm buying myself some time here while I try and think of a good prediction, but
it's more the fact that the last couple of years we've really deaded out the season. I don't think we've won. We haven't won at home since January.
do you remember that one we got relegated in League One and we lost 4-3 at the most pre-season friendly game. Weather was nice though.
Yeah, you'd hope that the players will be up for today. I know, obviously we are on the beach as such, but it'd be really great to go out with a win. I'm hoping I'm going to go 3-2 us. I think we goals.
3-2.
I think Walsall going to be open. They know they've got to score goals.
Yes,
so
true.
I think 3-2 us. I think Kelly gets a goal. I think James Ball gets a goal.
Header. Absolute banker for a header.
Sassu will score as well. Hopefully, we get some goals going around the team and get 3 points that would probably put us in the top half. And you definitely say a successful season, finish the season well, and attack the summer under Sir Craig Cope.
Absolutely, Craig Cope, who is a slightly understated role with us. He's been fantastic. I think every signing is hit, so always good to see. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. Josh Kelly and James Ball. I'm going to join you with those scorers. And yeah, I think it'll be an Isaac Hutchinson goal for them because he scored against us a couple of years ago, and it was a good goal. So let's go into that. What we'll do, I think we'll sign off there for the rest for today, for the last pre-match show of the season.
23-24.
However, we'll come back next year stronger and better than ever. Thank you all for joining us this season. It's been an absolute pleasure reporting here live